Welcome back for your genetic notes set number 2. Man, I'm stumbling over my words here. All right, so these notes are going to be really short. We're going to go over pedigrees, which you may know as family trees. So this is going to be really easy, and personally, I like this set because it's a lot of fun. It's interesting to see the different pedigrees. So a pedigree is a chart which shows the traits within a family. So basically when we look—
I didn't get that.
Oops.
Could you try again?
Nope. Okay, Siri wanted to talk to me. All right, so basically when we're looking at this pedigree, we're going to see how the traits are passed down. So when we're looking at a pedigree, we also have particular symbols that are going to represent certain things. So I can have squares and I can have circles. So my squares are always males, oops, and my circles are female. I also have Roman numerals. So my Roman numerals are going to indicate the generation number. That's different from actually having numbers. When I have numbers, those are the individual numbers. So for example, if I look right over here at this pedigree, okay, I have 2 generations. So this is going to be generation number 1. I would write Roman numeral 1. And I have a male first, so he would be 1-1, and this female would be 1-2. If I look at the second generation, I have 2 females first and then a male. Okay, this is generation number 2. So this female is 2-1. This female in the middle is 2-2. And this male on the right is 2-3. Okay? So of these squares and circles, I can have them uncolored, okay, which means that they do not express whatever whatever trait I'm looking at. So they are unaffected. The ones that are shaded in are affected. Okay, so they do have that trait. Okay. So in addition to all of these little labels, I can have horizontal lines connecting my male and my female. And so what those are marriage lines. Okay, so marriage or mating lines. So that indicates that those 2 individuals married, okay, as typical for a family tree, or mated. So I can also have a vertical line that's coming down from this marriage line. And so that vertical line indicates those are the offspring. Also, when I draw my offspring, I'm going to draw them from oldest to youngest. Okay, so that's why I have 2 females and then the male. Okay. So if we know which trait will be recessive, which trait is the one that's, our affected trait, we would be able to figure the rest out. Okay, so we're actually going to see, how that works. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide where we're going to practice. So what I have right here, okay, so I have a practice pedigree. So I can see right here at the bottom, my little e, those are the ones that are shaded in. Okay, so those are the ones that are affected. Okay, so I'm going to put right here, affected. Biggie, or biggie, little e, okay, those are unshaded. Okay, so those are all the little white ones. Okay, so these are unaffected. Okay. So what I'm going to say these E's represent, okay, I'm going to say these E's represent attached or unattached earlobes. So if you actually look at your earlobe, okay, so it's either going to hang down, okay, so it's going to hang, even if it's just a little bit, it's going to hang down, or it's going to be directly attached. Okay, so and I think mine actually hangs down. I can't really tell. Yeah, mine hangs down just a little bit. Okay, so we have attached or unattached earlobes. Okay, so big E is actually unattached. Okay, and then little e is attached. Okay, so more people have earlobes that just hang down, okay, than the ones that just go straight into the side of your head. So in order for somebody to be affected or having attached earlobes, they're going to be shaded. So we know all these ones, these two individuals are little e, little e. Okay, they can't be anything else, okay, because they have attached earlobes. All right. So I can backtrack from here and figure out what the rest of these individuals could be. So first off, okay, so I have this daughter from these two individuals. Okay, so I could see the dad had little e, but the mom, okay, she had unattached earlobes. So I know she has at least one big E. So I need to figure out what her second letter is, and that's where I'm going to look at her offspring. One of her offspring does not have, what's it called, unattached earlobes. She has attached earlobes. So that means she got one little e from dad, and she had to get the second little e from mom. Okay, so I know the mom is big E, little e. Over here, for these two sons, I know they have at least one big E, and the only person they could have gotten that from is their mom, because she's the only one that has one big E. So that means from dad, they got one little e. Okay, and that's the same for both of these sons. Okay. So this girl marries a man, okay, and we could see that he's not shaded in, so we know he has at least one big E, but we can't tell what his second letter is, because if we look at his offspring, okay, so his offspring is not showing a recessive trait. He's showing a dominant trait. So we don't know if this individual is big E or big E, little e. So you can put both of them, big E, or big E, little e, or you could put big E question mark, okay, because we don't know what that second letter is. But we do know for the offspring, okay, so she got one big E from dad, and mom can only give a little e, okay, so she got one little e from mom. Okay. So next, okay, in humans, albinism is a recessive trait. The disorder causes a lack of pigment in the skin and hair, making an albino appear very pale with white hair and pale blue eyes. This disorder can also occur in animals. A common albino found in a laboratory is the white rat. The pedigrees below trace the inheritance of that allele that causes albinism. So first off, how many children did the original couple have? Okay, so this original couple, okay, so if I look, trace it down, so here's their offspring line, okay, and I can see based off of their children's line, they have 1, 2, 3 children. How many grandchildren does the original couple have? Okay, so if I trace it down again, there's 1 grandchild. I come over here, okay, and here's 2 grandchildren. So they also have 3 grandchildren. How many of the grandchildren are albino? Okay, albino is a recessive trait, so it's going to be the one shaded in. I can see that I have 2 children that are albino. I had another albino marry in, and so I have 1 albino grandchild. Okay. So hopefully these notes were easy to understand. Go ahead and hop on over to Schoology. Make sure you do that assignment, and I will see you later.